Now on CoastTV News.
A chemical mishap at this Perdue plant in Georgetown.
The vapor cloud is straight up north towards Market Street.
An exclusive interview from a worker inside the plant. Her terrifying ordeal.
Me molesta cómo ellos actuaron.
Neighbors living near that plant say they were frightened. Meanwhile, Delaware's emergency response agency DEMA had issues of its own.
This is CoastTV News at 6.
A calm scene from the sky in Georgetown today, but last night it was scary and chaotic after a chemical mishap at the Perdue plant there. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf. Welcome to our News at 6. We begin tonight with extensive coverage of a Georgetown Perdue hazmat last night that even now is causing concerns, questions, and fear. We have many components of this story that you first saw on the CoastTV News app. Let's go through them. We're going to play for you a portion of a dispatch call. You'll hear what first responders faced. We will explain the chemicals involved that triggered a smoke plume feared to be toxic that shot out of the plant. We have new reaction from neighbors who were told to shelter in place. And we have responses from the state agencies involved in this hazmat and Perdue itself. But we begin tonight with an exclusive interview with a person who was in the plant the entire time. CoastTV News spoke exclusively today with the Perdue employee. She asked to remain anonymous, and in her words, this is what happened.
El olor no me llegó directamente a mí, pero sentí los cosquilleos.
The smell didn't reach me directly, but I felt a tingling in my eyes, nose, and throat. My coworker felt the same way. I started feeling these symptoms around 4 p.m., 4:20, 4:25, something like that. It lasted for about 20 minutes, during which my eyes burned. I knew something was happening, but we weren't informed at all. Absolutely nothing. We continued working on the line. The department was operating normally. When I passed by an area, I felt a strong smell, but it was inside the plant. At 5:30 p.m., we were about to leave. They told us no one could leave and no one could enter. They were only saying in English that we couldn't leave. No explanations were given. People didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do either, whether to stay in the cafeteria or in the meeting room, and no one knew what was happening. They never explained what happened. We found out from the same people who were talking. The supervisors were talking about what was going on, but no one knew until a text message was sent out to everyone in the area. I got upset about how they handled the situation. They were threatening people with losing their jobs if they left and things like that, so people didn't understand what was happening. I didn't understand it either, although I knew something was going on. Then people started talking about it, but they kept us there till 6:30 p.m., and no one could leave or enter. By 7 p.m., some of us left, but many stayed because they didn't know. They weren't informed. What they did wrong was that the people didn't know what to do, and there were many people who didn't speak English. They were just threatening people with losing their jobs without giving explanations. That upset me. Work continued normally. No one has said anything. They have never communicated with the employees. We only received the alert they sent to our phones.
And just into our newsroom, we asked Perdue to respond to that employee's claims. Perdue says it prioritized employee safety and was following fire department instructions, telling us, quote, there was a shelter-in-place order issued and no one would be allowed to walk down the sidewalk, and the road was blocked to through traffic. We do have translators in different areas of the plant, and all associates will be paid for their time at the facility while sheltering in place after their shift ended. Now, here's the exact location of that Perdue plant if you're not familiar. The Perdue chicken plant on Savannah Road in Georgetown is the northeast side of town. The two chemicals involved were peracetic acid and sodium hydroxide. Here's exactly what they are. Peracetic acid is likely what led to smells in that area in Georgetown. It can have a strong vinegar-like odor. Sodium hydroxide does not have an odor. Peracetic acid is used as sanitizer in handling meat. Sodium hydroxide is a corrosive chemical used in many soaps and cleaners. We learned more about first responders' actions by listening to Sussex County EMS dispatch calls as the vapor cloud was reported in the air over Market Street. Let's listen.
Hazmat incident at Perdue. Units responding to Perdue. The vapor cloud is straight up north towards Market Street. Be advised they had a 4,500 gallon tank that they mixed acoustics with. There's a vapor cloud on down Market Street. Your winds are 16 miles per hour northwest.
We're starting to evacuate the area. Advising a truck was there making a delivery, made it to the wrong tank, and then was caught and the tank started gassing. Advising it can spread from anywhere to 350 feet in a general area.
Now let's break down the timeline of this for you. It happened around 4 p.m. People in Georgetown and beyond were told to shelter in place roughly 2 hours later after that mistaken chemical mixture. As the severity of the chemicals were evaluated, people were told to shelter in place to avoid possibly getting sick. That was downgraded to just neighbors, but again, that order was completely lifted around 9 p.m. In Georgetown today, people tell us they're confused and scared as a result of all of this. Coast TV News reporter and anchor Christina DeRobertis is live near the Perdue plant. Christina, neighbors say they could smell the chemicals in the air.
Yeah, and Maddie, that smell was coming from the Perdue plant right here in Georgetown, which you can see behind me. And although police and fire officials have given the all clear, neighbors we spoke with today say they're still shaken from the scare. From our Coast Copter, a scary scene on Savannah Road Wednesday night as first responders surround the Georgetown Perdue plant.
And we saw the police in every corner.
People within a half-mile radius of the facility asked to stay inside.
We live nearby.
Jennifer Rodriguez lives near the plant, and she says the uncertainty was terrifying at first.
We were told to be inside and not come out, so it was kind of scary. Because, especially for the workers inside, because we don't know what's going on in there.
But Rodriguez says her worries only grew, especially for her young children, when Perdue announced a chemical supplier mixed peracetic acid with a caustic chemical tank, creating a smoke plume that could cause dizziness, eye irritation, or nausea.
When we would open the door, you could kind of smell it. So it was because of me, because of my baby, it was really scary. And my other kid, they could probably smell it. And since it was saying that it could cause nausea.
For others without shelter, the situation felt even more dangerous.
It was me handling our dog last night in a tent, and we were so afraid of being exposed to this chemical.
Police say 4 plant workers were exposed and reported mild symptoms like itchy eyes, but none of them needed to go to the hospital. Now, Georgetown Mayor Bill West says there may be a lingering smell throughout the town for the next few days. Live in Georgetown, I'm Christina DeRobertis, Coast TV News.
Christina, thank you. We also spoke with Mayor West about the situation as a whole. When asked if there's a plan in place for people in the area to evacuate if necessary, Mayor West said no. But now he wants to change that.
I'm going to move forward from here after and make sure that we have a plan in place, to take care of this and get people out of there if we have to get people out of there. They were even keeping the people that work in the plant inside the plant.
Another problem last night, the shelter-in-place alert was broadcast all over the state. Now, that was an error. DEMA says it's responsible for maintaining and managing the state's emergency notifications, but it did not directly issue the incorrect message. DEMA says human error is to blame, but did not disclose who made the error. The shelter-in-place was just meant for those within a half-mile radius of the Perdue facility and, again, later downgraded to just neighbors. And new tonight, DEMA saying in a statement in part, quote, DEMA deeply regrets any confusion or misunderstanding this might have caused. DEMA went on to say going forward, they will work with its state and county agency partners to review all policies and procedures to ensure this error is not repeated. And this brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know if you received that hazmat public safety alert on your phone. Let's take a look at the updated results from the last news hour. Take a look at your screen now. You can see 86% say no. There was no alert sent to their phone. 14% said yes. Well, if you haven't voted yet, you can still do that at coasttv.com or the mobile app, and we'll show you updated results on Coast TV News at 11. And concerns were not only focused in Georgetown, but all over the county. We spoke with Samuel Warren in Lewis, who says he was worried about the wind pushing potential dangerous fumes to Lewis.
A lot of firms use chemicals in their business, but it's important to exercise extreme caution to not injure the people that work there along with the general public too. So that was my concern, to find out more information to make sure myself, my family would be kept very, very safe.
And to tell us about the winds last night, we have our meteorologist Chris Mastrobuono. Chris?
Hello there, Matt. Yeah, last night, around the time of that spill, we had a general northwest wind at about 15 to 25 miles an hour. And you could see in Georgetown, 21 miles an hour. So that cloud likely would have shifted to the southeast to places like Millsboro, Stockley, Dagsboro. May have smelled those fumes. But luckily, everyone is safe there, and the winds are still a factor today. We'll talk more about the winds and that snow threat as we roll into the weekend, coming up in my full 7-day forecast.
Thank you, Chris. Now, Coast TV spoke with DENREC, which is the lead agency in all this. DENREC says it tested pH levels and environmental conditions and says it will continually monitor them. But what about any repercussions for this? Will anyone face fines or criminal charges? Well, DENREC says today, quote, Wednesday evening's release at Perdue's Georgetown facility is an active investigation with any enforcement actions by DENREC to be determined. Now, I want to tell you a couple more things about this. Let's make it very, very clear. No one died. 4 workers reported some minor effects but declined to be taken to the hospital. That's what we were told. So everyone seems to be okay. That doesn't necessarily assuage all of the concerns that come with this. How did this happen? Are there lingering effects that we may not know of? There's a lot of concerns and questions I know you have. You had them last night when we were live with you on this. We will continue to stay with you on this and give you information as we get it. This is a developing story, and be sure to visit CoastTV.com and all of our news app, and we will give you all the information there. And we have a lot more news to get to this evening. New developments and proposed offshore wind off Ocean City. We'll take you to the center of the debate tonight.
Looking live into Milford, 28 degrees, a frigid night on tap. Temperatures eventually dipping down into the teens under clear skies. Wind chills are going to be in the single digits. We're talking snow to start the weekend. I'll have the latest timing and totals next.
First, many veterans struggling to find support. But in this week's Coastal Connections, we'll show you how a father and son are working to change that. Up next, when we're back in just 60 seconds.
New year, new bath. Bring in 2025 with big savings from Bath by Spicer Brothers.
Right now, get 20% off all upgrades, plus save 25% on your entire bathroom project. Bath by Spicer Brothers can bring your vision to life with safe and accessible tub-to-shower conversions.
Our factory-certified team guarantees 5-star professional installation completed in as little as 1 day.
Call today and save 20% off all upgrades and 25% off your entire bathroom project.
Bath by Spicer Brothers, because you deserve the best.
It's Delmarva's best-kept secret, Johnny Janosic's Outlet and Clearance Center. Save up to 80% on name-brand furniture and mattresses. Shop one-of-a-kinds, customer cancellations, scratch and dents, discontinued items, and more. Find incredible deals store-wide. We have something for everyone and something for every room in your home. Shop early and often. New products arrive daily. And buy it today, get it today. Discover the secret. Shop Johnny Janosic's Outlet and Clearance Center in Laurel and Dover.
Being a veteran is a tremendous honor, but many veterans struggle to find the support they need when they return home. In this week's Coastal Connections, Coast TV's Brendan Conroy introduces us to a father and son working to change that.
Giving back a little to those who have given up a lot for us.
Thank you for your service. I'm a veteran myself, so I took it upon myself to just think of ways I could help them.
That's exactly what Matt Welch and his son Brandon are about with their Wheels for Warriors project that aims to provide fully functional cars to veterans who need them. The two started off the new year by gifting a car to a veteran who needs it and say they give back because of how it helps the veterans a ton.
If you see a veteran every day and he's just down on his luck, And you give him something, and it puts a smile on his face, and that gives him hope.
He says nothing beats that.
So that's my biggest reward, is seeing a smile on a veteran's face.
Brown told CoastTV he showed up thinking he was taking part in a raffle or contest. He says joining Wheels for Warriors was one of his best decisions.
That was the starting point of my life being turned around, and just still being a part, and just, I mean, every day it seems like the first day. It's always something great going on.
And how he's glad the car will be of good use.
To know that, I mean, not taking anything away from them, but knowing that I can get back and forth, you know, to work on my own now.
One really unique thing that Matt and Brandon do to honor the fallen heroes from Delaware is they ride around with all of those names on their truck, and they do what they do now so those veterans that are still here with us, they can have as much support and awareness as possible. Mindy Backus is the deputy director for the Warriors Helping Warriors organization and has teamed up with Matt and Brandon to help as many veterans as possible.
We know that they need certain, they have needs when they're with us. So when we get them in housing, we also, employment, that's a big thing. So they need to have vehicles and transportation.
According to the Census Bureau, there are just under 60,000 veterans in the state of Delaware. And while that may be a lot, Matt and Brandon look to help out as many of them as possible each day. For this week's Coastal Connection, I'm Brendan Conroy, CoastTV News.
This morning's weather forecast courtesy of Baths by Spicer Brothers, a Delmarva tradition for over 20 years.
New year, new bath. Bring in 2025 with big savings from Baths by Spicer Brothers.
Right now, get 20% off all upgrades, plus save 25% on your entire bathroom project. Baths by Spicer Brothers can bring your vision to life with safe and accessible tub-to-shower conversions.
Our factory-certified team guarantees 5-star professional installation completed in as little as 1 day.
Call today and save 20% off all upgrades and 25% off your entire bathroom project.
Baths by Spicer Brothers, because you deserve the best.
At Arctic Heating and Air Conditioning, we are offering great deals on new system replacements. We have financing options from 0% for 36 months or options with payments below $95 a month. Don't need financing? Arctic is offering instant rebates up to $1,400. Qualifying customers can receive up to a $2,000 federal tax credit on Energy Star certified systems, and Delmarva Power customers can receive up to a $960 instant rebate on select systems.
New year, new mattress. Get to the New Year's mattress sale at Johnny Janosic and get the better night's sleep you need. Find incredible New Year's savings on the best mattress brands: Beautyrest, Serta iComfort, Purple Mattresses, Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, and Kingstown. Plus, get a $300 reward card on select mattress purchases. New Year's mattress savings are for a limited time only and only at Johnny Janosic's Mattress World.
On August 1st of 1924, my great-grandfather, Samuel E. Shockley, met in Willards with a small group of men to determine the advisability of opening a bank in Willards, Maryland.
Put yourself in their shoes. A train comes through town, there's horses and buggies, and the only way that they could allocate capital through this area of Wicomico County was to build a bank. It's an audacious goal.
They wanted to build a bank that could be used by the common man. So they met in the summer of 1924, and then by January they were ready to open the doors of the bank.
It's really rewarding to hear the stories of a customer who comes in and says, your grandfather gave me my first loan.
Banking will always be about people. It will not be about machines, computers, cell phones. So as we move forward into the future of the Farmers Bank of Willards, we always have to remember that people come first.
For 150 years, Ocean City, Maryland has been somewhere to smile about. From our beautiful beaches to our iconic boardwalk, we've been creating memories that last a lifetime, whether you're chasing the perfect wave, a hole-in-one, or a sunset stroll. Celebrate our 150th anniversary with 150 days of celebrations, special events, and deals all year long. Book now and save in 2025 at ococean.com/150. Ocean City, Maryland, somewhere to smile about.
WRDE First Alert Weather, brought to you by Ocean City, Maryland.
Well, we're hanging out on the snowy boardwalk in Rehoboth Beach where it is 29 degrees. You can see winds still gusting upwards of 28 there in Indian River Inlet. We saw winds as high as 40. Wind chills are in the teens to upper 20s. By tomorrow morning are going to be in the single digits. We have a wind advisory in effect for coastal Sussex County till 10. Gale warnings are up through early Friday morning for the entire coastal plain. And there's a winter storm warning. Accomack County, those areas could see upwards of 3 to 5 inches of snow. You can see the real estate and coverage area that this storm is going to affect. Those areas are going to likely see significant impacts. Pretty healthy storm at this hour developing across the Gulf. There's those wind chills by tomorrow morning. Single digits by the afternoon, feeling like the mid-20s. Now tomorrow we start off with a bit of sunshine, quickly clouding up ahead of our snow with highs in the mid-30s. So there's the snow building in overnight Friday into the early morning hours of Saturday. Light to moderate snow pretty much virtually everywhere, but see that darker blue there, that is some heavier snow to the south of Salisbury, and that snow will then taper off by the midday time frame, and then we'll likely see strong northwesterly winds kick in. So after seeing a foot of snow on Monday, this is going to be more of a nuisance event. Generally thinking about an inch or two, as much as 3. Localized areas from Slaughter Beach down to Lewis, all the way through Ocean City, through Salisbury. Now, as you make your way south towards Accomack County, that's the bullseye area where we're expecting a good 3 to 5. Now, northern sections, Kent, upwards of the north, coating to an inch expected. This is Friday night through Saturday morning. And there's your umbrella winner, Kathleen Nagel of Milton, Delaware. You're the winner there. And we see that reinforcing shot of cold air by middle of next week. But good news is, after we get past the snow on Saturday, we stay dry through most of next week.
Thank you. New tonight, U.S. Wind is appealing Sussex County Council's recent decision denying their substation request in Dagsboro. U.S. Wind says the council's decision was wrong and believes the substation has many benefits to the area. We'll have much more on this tonight at 11. We'll be right back.
New year, new bath. Bring in 2025 with big savings from Bath by Spicer Brothers.
Right now, get 20% off all upgrades, plus save 25% on your entire bathroom project. Baths by Spicer Brothers can bring your vision to life with safe and accessible tub-to-shower conversions.
Our factory-certified team guarantees 5-star professional installation completed in as little as 1 day.
Call today and save 20% off all upgrades and 25% off your entire bathroom project.
Baths by Spicer Brothers, because you deserve the best.
This morning's weather forecast courtesy of Baths by Spicer Brothers, a Delmarva tradition for over 20 years.
At Cabinet Discounters, we truly love what we do. Transforming kitchens, bathrooms, basements, any room. Creating new ways to help you achieve your vision. And all within your budget. Plus, we've got big news. We're excited to announce our new location in Frankfort at the Banks Plaza Shopping Center. Plus, you'll get the same great quality and great price. Get inspired at our new showroom in the Banks Plaza Shopping Center in Frankfort. Learn more at CabinetDiscounters.com.
Cabinet Discounters. Great quality, great price.
Does the sound of heavy metal get your gears going? Do you like cutting-edge technology and the feeling of power in your hands? If so, check out the Guerreri Technology Center at Warwick Community College. We offer training in welding, machining, electrical, and more. Use your hands and your mind to be a force for the future and forge your own heavy metal career at warwick.edu.
Check out the newest strength equipment at Planet Fitness. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're trying new machines in the new year.
We're building new muscles.
Finding new face.
New focus.
New bench. Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in? Join the club today. Save $28 or more when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends January 10th. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Fresh, new home furnishings that move to the beat of your style. At Alton Brothers, furnishing Delmarva for over 75 years. Have you been to Alton Brothers Home Furnishings in Salisbury lately?
Sometimes quitting seems impossible.
Until the day you wake up tobacco-free, and all it took to get there was a visit to quitsupport.com. They have people who know what it's like and who know how to help. Just reach out. With a network of support, you'll be 3 times more likely to quit for good. You got this.
Want some good news? You can sign up now for free at coasttv.com/sign up for our Feel Good Friday newsletter. And join us Sunday night for the NFL playoffs. Tune in to watch the Washington Commanders take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and stay with us after for your hyper-local news, Chris.
Yeah, we're going to be starting the weekend off with a few snowflakes around. We're not going to be dealing with a foot of snow. Generally thinking about 1 to 2 inches, as much as 3 across much of Sussex County through the eastern shore. That snow will be out here by midday Saturday. So the rest of the weekend, sunny and dry, and we're going to be pushing near 40 degrees by your Sunday. Get your forecast anytime by dialing the First Alert Weather phone. Now your 10-day shows dry conditions. We're up to 41 on Monday and Arctic air by the middle of next week.
Chris, thank you, and thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News at 6. For more news and local weather, download our apps. The NBC Nightly News is next, and we will see you at 11. Have a good night.